And in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, Tal'Darim Altar, we have our blue Protoss player, winner of the last game, putting SlayerS just one game away from taking the set. It is Puzzle. And his opponent in the upper right-hand corner of the map, the most recent addition to Empire, making a big splash in the community, our yellow Protoss player, VINES.
VINES, indeed. They totally mispronounced his name at first when he was on the GSL Team League.
Yeah.
Street Fighter voice didn't quite get it right, but they fix it later on. It is VINES, for the record. Is VINES.
Yes, it is.
So, we have Pylon going down for both players right now. Slightly earlier Pylon for Puzzle.
Oh, God!
Oh, what does it mean?
Well, nothing.
Not much. Not a lot, really. Yeah, it's just slightly earlier Pylon. That's about it. So, basically, let's talk Tal'Darim Altar. Obviously, 4-gate is the huge kind of thing, right? That's why VINES picks it. He's like, all right, I want you to wonder, am I going to 4-gate? And, you know, it's good because of the 4-gate thing. And 4-gate, for those of you who don't know, is good on this map because there's no ramp between the main and the natural expansion, as Kevin is demonstrating right there. But the bigger reason now, the reason why Protoss players still like to pick this in PvP situations is because it limits the amount of options overall. Because everything you do now on this has to at least be 4-gate proof. You know, you can't play too greedy on this. There are a lot of, I would say the expand builds that people are doing commonly now are safe against 4-gate. So at this particular moment in the metagame in PvP, I don't think it has as much of an effect as it used to, but that's kind of the idea. But, you know, when you see a Protoss player pick Tal'Darim in PvP, and we are kind of getting down to the end of the map pool too, so
that's right.
It's part of it as well.
Well, a little difference between these guys. VINES decided to put down a 12-gate. Puzzle put down a 13-gate. And I want to see how much Chrono Boost these guys are going to save up. As of right now, it's actually a considerable amount as cybernetic scores are being thrown down. By the time the cybernetic score finishes up, these guys are going to have upwards of 75 to 80 Chrono Boost. We'll see if it gets expended, though, immediately on a couple of Stalkers for either of these guys, or if something else entirely is up their sleeves. It is a second assimilator for Puzzle. VINES, on the other hand, there we go. Going to put down second guess right afterwards.
Yep, we'll have to see if he uses it or not. You generally don't expect players to 4-gate on this map anymore. It's just kind of something that's always in the back of people's minds because it is generally pretty good.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, VINES gets a pretty good look at his opponents. Both players did not scout cross positions first, of course, making sure they're safe and checking very diligently around the top left-hand corner. Kind of neat to see that these guys decided to scout counter directions from each other. Puzzle went to the top left, and so did VINES, but we'll see what follows this up. Puzzle just, there we go. It's a Twilight Council now up for VINES, but for Puzzle, it is going to be a second gateway and potentially a 3-stalker build.
All right. So, it'll probably be, I mean, you have to kind of expect it to be Blink from OGS VINES. See, I did it again. From Empire VINES.
Yes.
And Puzzle
Call him Emperor VINES.
With his 2 gates, yeah, he's going to be fairly safe. It's really nice to have Blink on this map because you can kind of avoid the problems with attacking someone and then getting force fielded. Even though there's no ramp, there's still a small choke that you have to walk through. So it's nice to be able to push in, see what they have, and blink out too. So that could be what VINES is kind of planning.
This is kind of interesting, though.
No Blink right away, though.
Yeah, from Puzzle, this is kind of interesting as well. So he does have his Robo coming up in your right. Yeah, Blink not started right away because it is a Dark Shrine, but we already see the Robo up now for Puzzle. And the thing for Puzzle is that he expended all of his Chrono Boost not on getting those 3 Stalkers out like you normally see, so you can establish map control, shut down any forward pylons, but rather just on Warp Gate technology the whole way, so he wants to make sure that he is going to pump out as many units as he can.
Well, he's doing that 2-gate Robo expand, it looks like, and with that build you need Warp Gates really quick if you want to have any hope of holding off a really aggressive 3-gate or 4-gate, right? So that's kind of the idea behind that. But the side benefit of having that Robo now is that he's going to be able to get that Observer out, defend against the Dark Templar. There is the possibility that when he gets his Observer out and it gets across the map, that's when the DTs show up, right?
Yes.
But being that right now players are making multiple Observers, we'll probably see him just make 2 and keep 1 at home. I mean, that's the safest thing to do in this situation.
Right, with their 30-second build time you saw with the Chrono Boost, it's basically instantly out there. So
no kidding.
And we'll see if he starts a second one here in a second.
Nope, just Immortal, all right.
Ooh, all right.
Interesting.
Well, oh, but look at that.
He's keeping it at home. Okay.
Yep. So these DTs are going to do roughly nothing.
Yeah, they will actually do no damage because the Observer will be there unless he decides to move it out. And those Dark Templar are running into a trap.
That's right.
Oh, no.
It's a tarp. Oh, Observer.
Oh,
where are you
no,
going?
come back.
Oh,
Come
no,
back,
you should see him. Does he see him?
The Observer, I think he did. Yeah, he sees him, but he needs to get the Observer back there. So this still should be okay. So they're going to go after the Robo right away. And that is 3 Dark Templar, but with 1 Observer already out, no problem at all.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. GG.
Yep, oh my God, and SlayerS has won the match. They are going to advance into winners round 3.
Yeah, I mean, it seems weird, but that's what happens when you